From armored limousines gliding through chaos to bunkers dug like graves beneath palaces, the world's most protected leaders live in bubbles of steel while their people walk in fear. In this countdown, we reveal the 15 most heavily guarded presidents and rulers, and you won't believe who tops the list. Let's begin with the man who moves with an army at his back and the weight of a divided nation on his shoulders. Number 1. Donald J. Trump, the president behind the bulletproof curtain. Donald J. Trump, President of the United States, moves with extreme protection honed by generations of threats. Guarding him is the United States Secret Service, a force of over 7,000 agents and officers trained to detect danger before it breathes. He rides in the Beast, a Cadillac limousine weighing 20,000 pounds, sealed against chemical attacks and able to withstand bombs. Convoys stretch 50-plus vehicles, with motorcycles, armored SUVs, and tactical teams armed like a small army. Overhead, Marine One helicopters sweep the skies, ready to whisk him away in seconds. His residence, the White House, is layered with bulletproof glass, guard towers, infrared sensors, and secure bunkers. Staff undergo background checks so deep they feel like confessionals. One former agent quipped, "Even the mice are screened." Travel is a military operation. Roads shut down, rooftops crawl with snipers, and advanced teams map every corner. Tech includes drones, facial recognition, and comms encrypted tighter than a vault. Notable incidents? Threats flood in daily, and plots have been foiled, from armed intruders on the lawn to cyber hacking attempts. Protection costs top $1.5 billion yearly. Trump's edge? A security culture so thorough it borders on theatrical. A castle on wheels with a crown that talks back. But can all the armor in the world stop the words that spark the fires? Next up, leaders whose safety depends on controlling the story itself. Number 2. Vladimir Putin, the man in the iron box. Vladimir Putin, President of Russia, lives behind walls thicker than legends. His protection level? Beyond extreme. Some call it paranoid fortress. Guarding him is the Federal Protective Service, FSO, a shadowy army of over 50,000 agents trained to spot danger before it breathes. Putin rides in a custom Aura Senate limousine, armored to shrug off bullets and bombs. It even has an emergency oxygen system in case of gas attacks. Helicopters and fighter jets patrol above whenever he moves, while snipers perch like hawks on nearby roofs. His homes? Think castles inside bunkers, loaded with blast doors, anti-aircraft defenses, and underground escape tunnels. Every trip is a chess match of decoy convoys and pre-cleared airspace. A former bodyguard once said, "He trusts no one, not even his own cook." Technology is everywhere, jamming devices to block signals, surveillance systems that see in the dark, and AI-enhanced facial recognition watching crowds. Foiled plots remain hush-hush, but rumors tell of poisonings and drone attacks prevented with seconds to spare. Russia spends hundreds of millions annually to keep him untouchable. People call it overprotective, even spooky. But Putin has one edge. He knows fear is a shield sharper than steel. Still, what happens when fear makes you blind? Next up, a leader whose security is so tight, even his closest friends are suspects. Kim Jong-un, the Invisible King. Kim Jong-un, Supreme Leader of North Korea, is wrapped in so much secrecy he's like a ghost in plain sight. His protection level is marked extreme beyond measure. Watching him is the Supreme Guard Command, with an estimated 100,000 soldiers whose single job is to keep him breathing. He travels in a custom Mercedes-Maybach Pullman Guard, armored to resist heavy blasts and bullets. Alongside, a wall of bodyguards literally runs beside his car, forming a human shield. For longer trips, an Ilyushin IL-62 plane fitted with countermeasure system stays ready, while ground routes get locked down with fake convoys and sniper nests. His residences? Fortresses carved into mountains, with blast-proof doors and underground escape tunnels. Security cameras, tripwire explosives, and layers of military checkpoints seal every approach. One defector said, "No one knows where he sleeps 2 nights in a row." Technology. Surveillance is absolute. Phones tapped, visitors screened by biometric scanners. North Korea's elite hackers hunt threats in the digital dark. Rumors swirl about multiple assassination plots foiled in total silence. Cost? Hard to count in dollars, but analysts say it drains millions from a starving country. Yet among his people, he's seen as both untouchable and terrifying, a dragon guarding a hollow kingdom. But what if you're so hidden even your allies fear you? Next, meet the man whose every handshake is stage-managed by a billion eyes. Number 4. Xi Jinping, the man behind the Great Wall of Guards. Xi Jinping, President of China, rules with an extreme protection level that feels like a steel net around his life. The Central Security Bureau, a shadowy force of thousands of hand-picked agents, screens every detail, from the air he breathes to the meals he eats. He rides in a custom Hongqi N701 limousine, armored to shrug off bombs and bullets. Escort motorcycles and black sedans form rolling barricades. Air travel? A state-run Boeing jet, with fighter escorts and radar jammers primed to confuse threats. His homes, true citadels, Zongnanhai in Beijing is layered with guard posts, surveillance towers, and secret tunnels. Staff are vetted so thoroughly their family histories get read like crime novels. One former official whispered, "Even the fish in the lake are probably bugged." Travel protocols are elaborate. Roads shut down, crowds cleared, snipers in hidden nests. Advanced facial recognition cameras sweep entire cities in seconds. China's tech muscle shines brightest here. AI surveillance grids that can track a face through millions. While no high-profile attacks have reached him, whispers tell of plots foiled before they hatched. Cost. Analysts peg the security budget in the hundreds of millions. Yet to many, she feels untouchable, almost godlike, a dragon coiled around its treasure. But can power make you too protected to hear the truth? Next, meet the prince who guards himself like a medieval warlord in a golden cage. Number 5. Mohammed bin Salman, the prince in the sand fortress. Mohammed bin Salman, Saudi Arabia's crown prince and prime minister, lives behind extreme protection that feels like a palace locked in a vault. His personal guard? The Saudi Royal Guard Regiment, an elite force of thousands, with special forces trained for urban combat and desert warfare. He rides in armored Mercedes Maybachs, each a tank in disguise with bulletproof glass over 2 inches thick. Convoys roll with military vehicles and helicopters overhead, while a personal Boeing 747 waits on standby with luxury suites and defense countermeasures. His residences are built like sandcastles with steel bones. Riyadh's Al Yamama Palace has walls that can stop rockets, secure tunnels, and around-the-clock surveillance rooms packed with cutting-edge monitors. Staff get background checks so strict they say, even their friends get checked. Travel is a show of force. Convoys with decoys, roads shut down for miles, and snipers perched on rooftops. Drones sweep the skies. Communications get encrypted like state secrets. He reportedly survived foiled assassination plots, including one in 2018 with armed drones attacking the palace. Saudi Arabia spends hundreds of millions yearly to protect him, sparking talk of excess and power. To many Saudis, he's a bold reformer. To critics, a leader behind unbreakable glass. But what if the walls you build to stay safe also keep you alone? Next up, a prime minister whose protection mixes ancient rituals with modern steel. Number 6. Narendra Modi, the watchman of a billion eyes. Narendra Modi, India's prime minister, carries extreme protection on his shoulders like a shield carved from history and fear. Guarding him is the Special Protection Group, SPG, an elite squad of over 3,000 agents who train like soldiers for a silent war. He moves in a custom Mercedes Maybach S650 Guard, able to resist explosions and 7.62mm armor-piercing rounds. Convoys snake through streets with decoy cars and NSG commandos bristling with weapons. Air travel? A Boeing 777-300ER kit with missile jamming tech and encrypted comms, like a palace in the sky. His official home, 7 Lok Kalyan Marg, has multi-layered fences, armed watchtowers, biometric checkpoints, and CCTV coverage that can see in pitch dark. Staff are checked so hard that a rumor says even the cook school grades are known. Travel means shut roads, rooftop snipers, and K9 units sniffing every shadow. Drones sweep skies, while command centers track him like a dot on a war map. India has foiled multiple plots, from suicide bombers to sniper attacks. What sets Modi apart? He wields the largest democracy's trust while knowing threats come from every corner. Cost: over $180 million annually. The public is split. Some see duty, others see drama. But what if guarding one man costs the voice of many? Next, a leader whose Parisian charm hides steel beneath velvet gloves. Number 7. Emmanuel Macron, the president with the velvet fist. Emmanuel Macron, president of France, carries extreme protection that mixes old-world style with cutting-edge teeth. Watching him is the Groupe de Sécurité de la Présidence de la République, GSPR, an elite unit of 60-plus agents chosen from police and gendarmerie special forces. He rides in a custom Peugeot 5008 and an armored DS7 Crossback, able to resist small arms fire and light explosives. Motorcycles and black vans swirl around him like angry bees. By air, the Airbus A330-200 carries anti-missile flares and encrypted comms fit for a battlefield general. The Élysée Palace is a fortress in disguise, with bulletproof glass, guard posts, and underground bunkers. Every visitor faces metal detectors and scanners, while surveillance cameras see in infrared and night vision. A former agent once said, "We see everything, even a fly on the gate." Travel demands closed roads, decoy cars, and rooftop snipers. French intelligence works overtime, deploying drones and facial recognition to scan crowds in real time. Incidents? Macron faced attacks from protesters, even getting slapped on camera, showing no wall is perfect. Cost? Estimated at tens of millions yearly. The French see it as necessary but sometimes call it royal flair. He stands out for mixing charm with steel, a rose with hidden thorns. But can you charm your way out when the crowd turns? Next up, a leader whose security matches the chaos he rules over. Number 8. Recep Tayyip Erdogan, the Sultan with armored walls. Recep Tayyip Erdogan, President of Turkey, lives behind extreme protection that's built like a fortress ready for a siege. Guarding him is the Presidential Protection Department, a force of over 2,500 officers trained to see danger in every shadow. He rides in an armored Mercedes S600 Pullman Guard, with glass thick enough to stop high-powered rifles and doors that weigh as much as vaults. Convoys roar with armored SUVs and motorcycles, while helicopters hover like hungry hawks. His residence, the presidential complex in Ankara, is a palace with over 1,000 rooms, bomb-resistant walls, underground bunkers, and security posts bristling with armed guards. Visitors pass through multiple scanners, metal detectors, and ID checks. Travel is a choreographed show, roads sealed off, decoy convoys, snipers on rooftops, and advance teams clearing every corner. Turkey's tech muscle uses drones, encrypted comms, and facial recognition to spot threats in real time. Erdogan's protection ramped up after the 2016 coup attempt, where tanks rolled in and jets buzzed the capital. Since then, Turkey's security spending for him is estimated in the hundreds of millions. People see him as a strongman who can't be caught off guard, a castle with legs. But even the strongest walls can crack from within. Next, the leader who treats every meeting like a military operation, with secrets buried in every shadow. Number 9. Benjamin Netanyahu, the man behind Iron Curtains. Benjamin Netanyahu, Prime Minister of Israel, holds extreme protection like a king with a dagger under his robe. Guarding him is the Shin Bet's VIP Protection Unit, a team of elite agents drilled for urban warfare, bomb detection, and close-quarters defense. He rides in a bulletproof Audi A8L Security, built to survive armor-piercing rounds and grenade blasts. Convoys bristle with armored SUVs, motorcycles, and command vehicles linked by encrypted radios. Air transport includes military helicopters and jets on standby, ready to lift him from danger at a moment's notice. The official residence in Jerusalem is layered with fences, concrete barriers, blast-resistant glass, and biometric locks. Every visitor faces metal detectors and questioning. As one guard said, "We treat every handshake like it could be a trap." Travel is a tight script, roads closed, snipers on roofs, and decoy convoys. Surveillance cameras sweep crowds, while drones watch from above. Tech includes advanced AI facial recognition and mobile jamming systems to stop remote detonated threats. Israel has faced countless foiled plots, from car bombs to kidnappings. Costs reportedly run tens of millions annually, viewed by many as necessary in a country at constant alert. Netanyahu's edge? A security culture forged in real conflict, a shield sharpened on battlefield grit. But can you stay safe if you never truly rest? Next, the supreme leader whose security is a black box of fear and loyalty. Number 10. Ali Khamenei, the shadowed guardian of Iran. Ali Khamenei, supreme leader of Iran, lives under extreme protection so thick it feels like a vault wrapped in shadows. Guarding him is the Supreme Leader's Protection Unit, part of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC. Tens of thousands of soldiers trained to fight like ghosts in alleys and deserts alike. He rides in armored black SUVs, often swapping vehicles mid-route to fool watchers. His convoys snake through Tehran with motorcycles, escort jeeps, and military trucks, while helicopters hover with snipers on board. Residences? Fortified compounds with blast-resistant walls, anti-air defenses, and underground bunkers carved like rabbit warrens. Every entrance has biometric locks and layers of armed checkpoints. An insider once joked, "You need more than a key, you need a miracle." Travel is shrouded in secrecy. Routes change hourly, roads get sealed, and advanced teams sweep for bombs. Surveillance tech is everywhere. Drones circle above, facial recognition scans crowds, and comms stay locked with heavy encryption. Iran's history of assassinations and coup attempts makes these defenses personal. Cost? Estimated in hundreds of millions, viewed as holy duty by loyalists. Khamenei's edge? A mix of religious authority and fear, like a fortress built on faith. But can faith and fear hold forever? Next, the wartime president whose every step is tracked by 1,000 watching eyes. Number 11. Volodymyr Zelensky, the wartime president with eyes everywhere. Volodymyr Zelensky, president of Ukraine, lives under extreme protection sharpened by real war. His personal security is run by Ukraine's State Protection Department, reinforced by military special forces and foreign-trained bodyguards who never blink. He rides in armored SUVs that can take heavy machine gun fire. Convoys include military jeeps, armored personnel carriers, and decoy vehicles. In the air, Mi-8 helicopters and military transports stand ready to whisk him away, often changing routes to fool threats. His residences? Converted bunkers with concrete thick enough to stop bombs. Secret tunnels link safe houses under Kiev. Guards stand watch in body armor, while cameras watch every door. One soldier said, "He sleeps where no one expects." Travel is a chess match. Advanced teams sweep for snipers, roads close, and military checkpoints sprout overnight. Drones scan fields and rooftops, while comms use encrypted channels to block eavesdroppers. Zelensky has survived multiple assassination attempts, over a dozen, according to Ukraine's officials. Protection costs soar into hundreds of millions, but the public calls it necessary. He stands out because his security is war-born, a shield forged in fire. But can even the tightest guard hold when the whole country is a battlefield? Next, the monarch whose crown is guarded with ancient ceremony and modern steel. Number 12. King Charles III, the crown wrapped in steel and ceremony. King Charles III of the United Kingdom wears extreme protection like an invisible cloak woven from history and modern muscle. His safety is the duty of the Royalty and Specialist Protection, RASP, branch of London's Metropolitan Police, a unit of hundreds of elite officers trained to handle anything from riots to sniper threats. He travels in the Bentley State Limousine, a fortress on wheels with reinforced armor, bulletproof glass over 2 inches thick, and airtight ceiling against gas attacks. Convoys include Land Rovers brimming with armed agents and motorcycle outriders who part crowds like waves. Residences like Buckingham Palace and Clarence House are guarded by layers of steel gates, armed officers, CCTV with facial recognition, and even the Queen's Guard standing watch in ceremonial splendor with real rifles. A guard once joked, "It's a palace that breathes security." Travel is a military-grade plan. Closed roads, advanced sweeps, decoy cars, and helicopter overwatch. British intelligence feeds RASP real-time updates, while comms are encrypted and drones sweep for threats. Notable incidents? The 1981 attempted shooting at Queen Elizabeth's parade showed the world how quickly royal guards can react. Costs? Estimated at over $120 million annually. The public sees it as tradition wrapped in duty, a crown too precious to risk. But what if the greatest threat isn't a bullet, but a restless crowd? But can any guard stop what grows from within? Next, the leader whose security is legendary for mixing ancient tradition with modern technology, where loyalty is enforced like law and betrayal never forgets. Number 13. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Lion of Borderland behind armored gates. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, president of Nigeria, moves with extreme protection shaped by the chaos and hope of Africa's giant. His safety lies with the Department of State Services, DSS, and the Presidential Guard Brigade, elite units of thousands drilled to sniff out threats in the roar of crowds. He rides in armored Mercedes Maybachs and Land Cruisers, their thick steel doors shrugging off rifle fire and small blasts. Convoys wind through Lagos and Abuja with escort motorcycles, black SUVs, and even military trucks. Air transport? Presidential jets and helicopters ready to switch routes in seconds. His residence, Aso Rock Villa, is a fortress behind gates layered with blast walls, armed guards, CCTV networks, and secret tunnels. Guards stand watch with automatic rifles, their eyes sharp even at 3 a.m. One official said, "Here, even the shadows get checked." Travel means locked-down streets, snipers on rooftops, and advanced teams checking every corner. Tech includes surveillance drones, encrypted comms, and radio jammers to block remote bombs. Nigeria's security threats are no joke. Kidnapping rings, terror cells, and political unrest. Cost? Reportedly tens of millions yearly. In a country battling poverty, public opinion is split. Some see duty, others see excess. Tinubu's edge? Survival in a nation where power is a flame in the wind, a lion in a thorny cage. But can any guard stop what grows from within? Next, a leader whose power rests on fear and absolute loyalty. Number 14. Yoon Suk-yeol, the president at the edge of the powder keg. Yoon Suk-yeol, president of South Korea, has extreme protection forged on a fault line between peace and war. His safety rests with the Presidential Security Service, PSS, a force of hundreds of elite agents trained for sudden chaos and silent threats. He travels in a Mercedes-Maybach S600 Guard, armored to withstand explosives and high-powered rifles. Convoys sweep through Seoul with motorcycles, black SUVs, and decoy routes. In the skies, military helicopters keep watch, ready to swoop in or evacuate at a moment's notice. The Blue House, his official residence, is more fortress than mansion. It has multiple security rings, sniper teams, blast-resistant walls, and underground bunkers designed for war. Staff are screened so deeply that their relatives get questioned. A former guard joked, even their school teachers know the rules. Travel is a precision drill, roads closed, advanced teams mapping choke points, and drone patrols scanning for threats. Communications run on encrypted lines that resist hacking, even from North Korean cyber units. South Korea knows real danger: assassination plots, border infiltrations, and political protests that can turn wild. Estimated security costs run into the tens of millions yearly. Yoon's Edge? A system trained to expect the worst every day, a tiger watching over its own cage. But what if the danger isn't just outside the walls? Next, a leader whose security has roots in revolution and old alliances. Number 15. Miguel Diaz-Canel, the president behind the curtain of revolution. Miguel Diaz-Canel, president of Cuba, sits under extreme protection designed like an iron grip around a fragile vase. His security falls to the Departamento de Seguridad Personal, an elite branch with hundreds of agents handpicked for loyalty to the revolution. He rides in armored Mercedes sedans reinforced to shrug off rifle fire and small blasts. Convoys include motorcycles, black SUVs, and military escorts that shut Havana's narrow streets on command. Helicopters buzz overhead like watchful hawks ready to swoop. Residences like the Palacio de la Revolution are old fortresses in new clothes, bristling with armed checkpoints, bunkers, and surveillance rooms filled with flickering camera feeds. Guards monitor every door. One officer claimed, "Even the walls listen." Travel demands advanced sweeps, locked roads, and decoy routes. Facial recognition cameras and radio jammers keep threats at bay, while drones patrol key spots. Cuba's old intelligence networks still work in the shadows, sniffing out dissent like hounds. Notable incidents? Whispers say plots have been quietly buried. Nothing confirmed, everything feared. Estimated cost? Hard to pin down but runs into millions yearly. Steep for a nation battling shortages. His Edge? A protection culture forged in revolution, loyal like family but watching like hawks. A cage lined with velvet, but still a cage. But what happens when loyalty turns into hunger? Next time, we ask, can anyone rule without trust? Power demands walls, guards, and secrets. But those walls reveal as much as they hide. As threats evolve, so does the art of protection. But one thing remains. Fear shapes these leaders as much as loyalty does. Which leader's security shocked you most? Tell us in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that peel back the armor of power.